Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and good morning. Slightly later, slightly shorter game planned for your ears and your eyes this evening. Some people were watching the World Cup. But nevertheless, we are here. It's Sunday and it's time for some D&D.
Yay!
Where we might not
win. All right. So we go a very quick run through what? Sorry, I've just got now my dog trying to say something to me.
Someone trapped down a well.
Put me off. He's just heckling.
It's like, what's that, Remy? Don't forget the sponsors. Okay.
He's just walked off in disgust. So, but yeah. So, yes, sponsors. Thank you very much. I'm going to rattle through these. Thank you very much to Lost Boys Pizza. Bugsy Emporium. I like that. We're on a tight timeline. So very quickly, let's run through our players. I will go from right to left for me. So starting with Mr. Monkey, how are you, buddy?
I'm very well. I didn't really watch football, really, to be honest with you. But I am here for Dungeons and Dragons. It's really exciting. I am half elf wizard, Drahar, and I'm ready to play. Let's do it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Dan?
I did watch the football. Apologies. I will be playing Squashy the Bugbear. One day into the campaign, one death. That's 100%. You can't take that away from me.
You were down. You didn't die. You were unconscious.
Mr. Consistency. All right. Well, we're going for unconsciousness every week. This is how I'm going to roll.
Okay.
Until everyone gets annoyed. But yes, looking forward to it.
Amazing. Then we have Sherry. How are you?
Hello, I am playing Ada. She is a Dragonborn Ranger. She will shoot things from afar. That is what she does. She is Katniss. So
Catnip?
Amazing.
Yes, Catnip.
Catnip.
She's Catnip.
Amazing. Then Pete.
Hello, I'm Pete. I'm playing Lord Susan. She's a bastard. She's massive, but she thinks she's really tiny. She really doesn't like violence.
And it's worth pointing out there that it's their surnames that make them a bastard, not that he's just a bastard.
Lies.
Correct.
Lies.
Correct.
Wow.
Lies.
And then last but not least,
a massive bastard. I thought you said.
Last but not least, and a big old happy birthday.
Yeah.
The minion.
Hey. Yeah, now we get to the real bastard of the party. Charmy, Derek Horsley, Susie for short. 1T light cleric, the party healer. You don't want this person as your healer. Love of all things reptile, flesh bags. Yeah, we'll just heal them so they can continue to suffer. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Gary.
Beautiful.
Gary,
yes.
is part of your name pastrami?
Shwami.
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 That's like an Israeli kebab.
It's a delicious kebab. A loose-meat wrap kebab.
Derek the Shawarma. Got it.
Yeah.
I threw a lot of different words in there.
Like a kebab.
All right, cool. So, can anybody remember what happened last week?
We took potions.
Yes. Yeah.
Will you remember?
There were tables to roll on.
There were lots of tables. We wanted all of the answers. We fought a bandit.
Yeah,
and
so we
getting
met Marla.
With the stone.
Marla the orc, and she said, "Get to the castle, get a big stone, and you'll prove yourselves worthy to be heroes." Or something.
We walked
like
to
that.
the doors, right? We walked to the doors of this cavern. We were like, "Wait, we're here. Let's get the stone."
No, we didn't go in. We could see it. The tower was all broken down, wasn't it? Like,
oh, I don't know, was it?
It was up in the tower, and we could see it, but we hadn't got it. So yeah,
we killed a bandit, and we killed bandits and a bandit captain. Some people got knocked unconscious. Well, a person got knocked unconscious.
And some people licked that unconscious person. It was very unpleasant.
It's So these are all true things. Okay, great. So yes, indeed, you guys were then there at the broken keep within the woods, the keep woods. So you have a blue, what looks to be rather crudely painted blue rock that is 2 stories above you. So it's fairly high up. How are you getting it?
Should I try and shoot it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go. I'll try and shoot the rock out of the wall.
Wicked.
Let's go.
Make an attack.
Yeah, let me
I
find
guess.
my attacks. Where are they? That's my skills. Where the Hold on. Give me a sec. The actions. That's what I want. There. That one. 23.
Wonderful. Do your damage.
Oh, fuck's sake. 3, but I'll get bolt as a reaction to add lightning damage to it to try and zap it out.
Okay, cool.
Which what does
Yeah.
he do? I forgot what he does. I will eventually learn what my Drake does.
Lightning damage. D6
It is lightning, but is it just
Yeah.
1d6? I think it just adds 1d6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ba, 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 da. Oh, and then 1 lightning damage. I'm gonna try and zap it out. But I guess is good. We don't want to break it, so.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you fire away, and your initial arrow shot kind of wedges in, but doesn't really seem to do anything. And that shock of lightning that kind of went through and uses the metal tip of your arrow there, kind of dislodges it free, and it falls.
Way.
You can all make a dex save for a falling rocks that are about to
I knew
land
that
on
was
you.
coming.
That's fine.
Oh!
Dex saves.
Oh, dex saves.
18.
Awesome.
12.
Natural 1.
Natural 20.
Way.
Okay, amazing.
Nice.
Well, there's definitely some damage rolls I need to do here. So,
Why is it always the clerics? Like, it doesn't matter what you do, the clerics always fail dex. Fucking.
I've got a half decent dex as well. I got a 3 in total.
Oh,
There we go.
A 3 is an overall or a +3?
A 3 overall.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So, and it was a 6. So, Susie, you take
Yep.
10 damage. Squashy and Large Susan, you take 6 points of damage. As these rocks come scattering down, as this lightning bolt dislodges all of this, Rahara and Ira, Era.
Actually, Robert era.
Do.
Yeah, it's like saying "Hey, Raz" if you're talking to Johnny.
This is
Yeah.
the second time in as many encounters that Ara has tried to kill me. In fact, she did bash me up last week, I believe.
Look, she is far from Flatora. She cannot be held to that same standard.
I'm
He
just
is
saying,
a bastard.
you give me a complex. That's all I'm saying. I'm just letting it out there.
Flatora gave you a complex too. Apparently, I just give you a complex, Dan.
That was a different kind of complex. That was complicated.
All right. So yes. So you kind of get scattered with various bits of debris, but you do indeed get this rather crudely painted, and it is just a stone that's been kind of wedged up there from the keep. You guys head back, I assume, to Marla.
Yeah.
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 Wonderful.
Yep.
Wonderful. So you guys head back, and she's like, the adventurers return, and I see you come laden with gifts, the blue gem we are so desperately in need of. So bring it forward. I did say you would have your options should you come back. And the options were fame or fortune. Indeed, I told you as much. So, and as she points to either side of her, there are two other wagons, and she says, in one wagon, you have fame. Ah, but in the other, you have a fortune. Now,
Susie's already in the fortune wagon.
the question comes, do you want fame or do you want fortune?
Can we split the party?
Oh, I'm afraid not. You see, adventurers, when they're together, they must make decisions as one. It's often a problem for them, and we're here to help them along that journey, really understand the nuts and bolts of what makes them tick as a group, you know?
I say fame.
Say fortune.
Just before, do you have any questions? Is there any wonderings what may be in these?
You say fame or fortune. How can one be full of fame? What does that mean?
Ah, well,
Dancers.
I see we have a bright spark amongst us here, friends. You should listen to her.
Spark.
So, within the wagon that holds fame is indeed a family that is taken from one of the towns that will unfortunately be massacred should you choose fortune.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Ah, but save them, and you will be famous to them because you will have saved their lives. Oh, such a precious gift that you will give them back.
Are they important?
How important is a life?
Well, it depends. You say we'll be famous to them, but if they're just some peasant, it's not going to benefit us in the long run. Like, are they important people?
And how
Fame
much are they
comes
going to
in
pay?
many ways. However, just to, really make you wonder if that fortune is worth the death of these poor innocent souls you're so happily discussing around. If you choose fortune, you will have 3 chests to choose from, all of various sizes. It's a tricksy conundrum, I know.
What's inside the chests?
Ah, well, I'm afraid I can't tell you that, but I can bring the chests out. And she kind of claps her hands, and there's some small goblins that kind of start bringing these chests out and kind of arguing with each other, giving each other kicks and stuff, and one falls down the wagon steps and kind of rustles back up. And
Could I make a request? Sorry,
Yeah.
Bushy, could I make a request? Could you do your goblin voice? Because I know from past history,
Yes,
your goblin
I'm not-
voice is fucking amazing. They need to say something.
I'm struggling to remember what it was, to be
I have
honest.
never heard Bushy's goblin voice.
It's good.
I'm not sure if I know which one it is.
Pumpkin.
Yeah, it's all just funky now, man.
Oh, it was not funkin.
No, what was it? They're like,
Yes, yes.
Leave it like that. What are you doing?
Yes.
No. Oi, walk back. He told us to take them out individually.
So there's a
Totally
few
worth
of them. They're carrying these out. You have 3 chests now placed in front of the wagon. And these go from a quite simple in its design, wooden chest, quite large, the largest of the 3. Next, you have an iron banded chest. Looks like something that's been taken out of a wagon or something. So it's not quite as tall, but it's quite long. And then last, you have a much smaller gold chest with some sort of encrusted jewels or something, or glass or something on the chest itself. And they go so kind of biggest, simple, next, and then down to being the most ornate.
Can they shake them so we can hear if there's something inside?
Oh no!
Can I make my case for going for the fame rather than fortune?
Sure, go for it.
So these people have heavily guarded what looks like a painted blue rock. So I'm not convinced that they have any understanding of what is actually valuable. But fame, if you get fame, you can always make money from being famous. But I do accept your point that if it's just fame to the 3 people we're going to save, it's a complete waste of our time. Then we should go for the box. But if you're famous, you can make money. Being rich doesn't make you famous, but being famous, you can always get rich off being famous.
Can we talk to the family? Can we see them? You've shown us the boxes. Can we see the family?
Show us the family.
Well,
Bring them
I
out.
suppose you can see them, but I'm afraid they're bound and gagged. So, you know,
Right.
What's the family's name? What's their family name?
do you really expect me to ask these details? They're a family. Hold on. And she claps again, and this time the goblins kind of, with little spears, kind of just jostle these people out. And it is a man and a woman, and 2 children, and kind of, I guess, not quite merchants' clothes, but kind of laborers or, you know, tradespeople. So not looking all grandiose, not looking really poor. No. I'm pretty sure they were taken from a town close by. And, well, you see, the thing about fame is you save one person's life and they talk to someone else and they talk to someone else. And before you know it, you walk into town and they know who you are and everybody says a good thing. However, you kill these people and, well, you walk into town and everybody says, oh, here's the murderers. You know, the ones that just let the family die. Oh,
But we
maybe
wouldn't be
that's
the
not
ones
such
to
a good thing.
kill. We would just have chosen someone else. Like, you would have done the killing.
I mean, I didn't say how they would die. And if you murder a family in the woods, does anybody hear them scream?
Susie, what do you want to do, sweetie? Like, and take Susan. Susan.
Lord Susan does not like making decisions, and she's also a terrible whisperer. So she leans into Rahara and she says, I don't like him.
Could I how can I speak to the party without speaking to the party?
Mime.
Oh,
You miss him, Harry.
if Marla sees you guys contemplating, she'll be like, please go, take some time, discuss.
Okay.
I don't want fame. That's with the amount of people after us. Well, for me, if fame doesn't, fortune's all right, but that just enables me to stay hidden for longer, I suppose.
If we save these people, then we can go anywhere we want, and people will pay us to save them.
But you don't know who's after me.
Well, that's true.
I mean, if we could save these people, get really high up in the society, and then you'll have an army at your disposal to protect you. If you wanted to go that route.
Do you know how powerful elves are? They can move cities. They can.
Listen, the moral obligation to save these people is clear, but I also want to know what's in that box.
Yeah, same. So curious.
I mean, I have means and ways of being able to possibly find out if there's interesting things in the boxes.
Got an image now of means and ways, and you just run, grab it, and run off.
You just smash it open.
Yeah. Just...
Susan doesn't like making decisions. Susie,
No, Rahara makes all Susan decisions.
Susie, I'm assuming you want fortune.
Susie is looking at him and going, who are these people to me? They clearly don't worship Asgaroth. I have no connection to these, and they don't have scales. I'm not interested in them. Clearly, it's money all the way.
Squashy wants the fame. Rahara wants the fortune, but not because of but because he wants to stay hidden. He doesn't want to be known.
Lord Susan's vote is always with Rahara.
Yeah.
Squashy is out.
There's no.
Without leading.
Dan, how does it feel to be on the moral high ground this time?
Well, my moral high ground is my own gain. It's not because I want them to live. It's because I believe you can make more money from having a top reputation. And I am firmly convinced, having sent us to get a blue stone from some absolutely savage bandits, that there is going to be absolute garbage in all of these boxes. It's probably going to be a boxing glove and a spring. That's what I'm expecting.
Well, here's the other thing.
I look at Squashy and I say, look at this. Fame will never benefit this. Look at us.
Look at you. I'm Squashy the fucking bugbear.
Dude, you can't even walk into a town without people running from you. You're a bugbear.
Well, that is true. But I was hoping people would like Squashy more if they thought I was heroic and they would give me money.
Dude, there's a
With
fucking
a-
snake person. Look at this bastard.
Tongue right near your ear.
Every year, we can bring you back.
What you're saying is literally the only thing of favourable note of this whole party is the bow in Large Susan's hair. Everything else sucks. Okay, all right.
Well, Susan fixes a bow.
With a large enough fortune, we could pay to have songs sung about Squashy the Mighty
Oh,
and how
I
heroic
heard of a
and
bard
awesome.
once. I heard of a bard, a small bottom. He would be able to write you a song that would make you.
I've not heard of him, but I have met his sister.
Was his name? Was his name like phallic small bottom?
Well, my dear adventurers, you know, time is running sweet. I did say take your time. I didn't quite think there was going to be such an inquisition.
I'm convinced.
Well, the only thing is, before we make this decision, we're gonna have to make another decision of which box do we choose.
Ah, so you're choosing fortune.
Yeah.
Well, three of them have already voted fortune, so it doesn't matter. So yeah.
Amala turns to the family, who look quite upset, and she's like, I am very sorry, and they will never know what you do, what you don't do, but fear not, we will tell the tales of them.
Oh, so we still get fame, it's just bad fame.
And
Got
the
it.
goblins come back out, and they kind of get the spears, and they're like, that's right, I'm gonna have you for Brett dinner. And the other one goes, there's no such thing as Brett dinner, you stupid idiot. And then kicks in, and they have a bit of a squabble. And then all the while, they kind of jab the family back into the wagon. And
Just a question: did you need any help killing them? Just put it out, asking for a friend.
well, but I mean, by all means, if you wish to do the killing yourselves, it perfectly makes my life easier in spreading tales about you. So, you know, of course, I mean, feel free.
I'm sure that was part of the deal.
We're going to become infamous, guys.
We are.
So, however, now you have made your decision before we get to the finer parts, there is a serious matter to contend this with, which is, as a party group of adventurers out here, what we always try and bring to our occasions for all groups that pass by. Whenever you make decisions, there is always a consequence. And just because you can't see it at the moment doesn't mean that it does not exist. So just be prepared when it comes to bite you in the arse later. Now, choices of chests. What do we think? And she kind of jumps up. And she's kind of the dress, like I say, she's a bit kind of banditry, swashbucklery gear. She kind of strolls forward and she's like, the biggest, but yet so simple, so plain. What could it hold? And she pretends to lift the lid and she's like, not yet. Next, we have the traveler's box. Well, everybody knows it's banded with iron. It would keep you away, yes. Hold all of your things tight while you go traveling across the country. Marvelous. I think something smells in there, though. And last, we have this, and she kind of picks it up and she's like, well, it's certainly heavier than you'd expect given its size, but well, what can I say? You know, is it the eye-catching display that shines off the light? And she kind of rocks it back and forth, so whatever torchlight is kind of glinting from the different gems on it. Yeah. Like, so I'll give you, let's say, another. Well, let's give you another small talk, shall we? I'll interrupt again if you take too long. Don't worry.
Got to quickly say, hey, Sophie, nice for you to join us.
Ah,
Hope everything is getting better. Kisses from Johnny. I mean, it's worth tuning in just for that.
Can we tell
Gotta
if
be
the
honest.
jeweled box is actually a jewel or if it's another stupid fucking painted rock?
Why don't you strike it with lightning and see what happens?
make so. Let's. What can we get you to roll? Let's have a look. I guess you could make a tough perception, or an investigation based on what you can see. I mean, going from any of your backgrounds, I'm not necessarily sure any of you particularly have experience with what gems should look like.
Pirate over here.
Didn't say how good a pirate you were.
Dragonborn is in my blood. Dragons. Not yet. Tough perception. Let's go.
I had a great joke about pirate just then, but it was really geeky, so I'm not going to say it.
I thought you said Pyrex.
He did say pirate, but pirate is a particularly anyway. Doesn't matter.
I know.
Explaining a joke before the joke. That's my kind of joke.
Yeah.
So so what I would say is, from what you can see on there, some of the larger ones that are on there look probably more like glass.
Yeah.
And cut glass. But some of the smaller ones, for sure, like, you know, some of the sapphires or some things that you can see on there may look they kind of the same color that and the same texture, but it's quite, you know, you're like 15-20 feet away.
Well, how you get 2 votes because Lad Susan's not going to go against you. Which one do you want, just so we know?
I think both of us have no preference. This is essentially me and him are on the run. So you guys, if you want to pick which chest you want, that's fine. As long as nobody's shouting our names from rooftops, I think.
Is Bolt attracted to any of them just from dragon horde instinct?
What was that? Sorry?
Is Bolt attracted to any of them just from dragon horde instinct?
I mean, I would say just because of how they are and with the goblins around, I'm not sure you'd necessarily let him get too close to them. And I don't think the goblins would let you guys get too close either.
All right, then.
That, seeing as the bugbear was overruled,
that's fair.
I think the bugbear can pick.
Well, the bugbear is quite keen to not take either. What could make us more infamous than denying the choice entirely? I am absolutely convinced that whichever one we pick, it's going to be a face melting end of.
Have we not played Dungeons and Dragons before? That's the point.
Well, I would.
You know what? I'm going for the jeweled one. I want that sweet glass. Let's get that glass.
Lord Susan claps because she likes the shiny one.
There we go.
Here we go.
I'd have gone for number 2.
If I get to open it, I'm going to open it looking directly down on it.
So you've gone for the shiny one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that's marked obvious trap.
But then so's the really simple one because, you know, everybody knows they're all.
No, man. No, I've seen Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
I've also seen Mimics. Go on.
Yeah.
Okay. So, wonderful. You've made your choice. Bear with me. And she kind of claps again. They take the other chests away, and then one of them brings the chest over towards Marla, and she kind of strides forward, and she's kind of, so now you've got it. It's you know, it's a reasonable size. And she kind of
is she going to get a phone call before we get to open it? Is she going to make us?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe. She just says blobby, blobby, blobby. So she kind of steps back and she's like, so there you go. And so Squashy, you open it up, yeah?
Yep.
Face down.
Face it. I'm all in. I'm literally about to get
Okay.
into this thing.
Face down.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Cool. Make me a no, you don't have to. So inside, what you have is, are you ready for this? There's a little bit to read out.
Go.
So 2,800 copper pieces.
Copper.
350 silver pieces.
Ooh. Keep going.
50 gold pieces.
Ooh. Well done. Had a finger.
A petrified frog engraved with arcane runes.
Ooh, what's this second?
A set of crystal dice.
Dice. sorry, Shari just came through. I'm very sorry.
Christmas already.
Shari just made an appearance.
A fine leather merchant's cap sewn with silver. And a bone puzzle box engraved with spirals. Hey, chat box. Hope you're good, bud.
Hiya, bro.
Hello, mate.
So there you go.
Awa's asking, can she have the dice? Awa wants the dice.
It's Ava asking for the dice.
Yes, Awa is asking for the dice.
I love it. In your wildest fantasy, playing D&D, you still just want dice.
Yep.
Squashy didn't even ask. He turns round wearing the fine leather cap adorned with silver, a very jaunty angle.
Yeah.
Does the fucked up UNT want the bone box by any chance?
Nah, I'm good. There's no scales on it.
Is it a puzzle? Is it a puzzle like a game?
Puzzle box. Fuck.
It's a Rubik's box.
Maybe.
So
Who's having the petrified frog? Johnny wants the petrified
Sounds
frog.
like a wizard thing.
Got runes on it. You know.
Like Susan wants the game.
Frogs to the
Okay.
wizard. Frogs to the wizard.
Yeah.
Who's having the money for now?
We'll give the Hellraiser puzzle box to Hell to the giant Susan.
Simpleton.
Crystal dice, obviously.
Thank you.
So that's 560 copper each.
Okay. Let me just top this up. Are we? Okay, yeah, let's do it like that. 560 copper.
Yeah.
70 silver. Is that 70 right? And then 10 gold.
Yeah. Got it. Well done.
How much
Thank you very
silver?
much.
70.
70.
10 gold per person.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I'm feeling very dashing in my new cap.
Well, now, my friends, the choosers of fortune over life itself. I hope you've enjoyed your little adventure here. It's time for you to pop along now. I'm sure you've got other real adventuring to do. But fear not, should you decide that, well, you want to come back and play one more game with me, we can find ways of getting in touch.
Yeah, sure. What's your
This
number?
is your cue to leave.
Okay.
Should we
Sorry,
pop
could you
into
give
the
us
other...
a few minutes to discuss that?
Yeah. Should
I
we pop
mean, you've
into the other
taken time
wagon
to
on the way
discuss
out?
everything else.
Should we just pop into the other wagon on the way out? To be fair, Susie wanted to kill the family, so
I think while the discussion of the chess was going on, Susie disappeared.
There we go.
I mean,
Did she do a
in
flash art?
seriousness, if you do want to murder some innocents, then yeah, she will bring them out and you can kill them.
Okay, yeah. Let's do it.
Oh, for fuck's
I have,
sake.
I have no time for this, and I head off to the edge of the encampment and start catching Identify on my frog.
Oh.
With hopefully large Susan in tow, working on a box or a.
Oh yeah, Lord Susan is sat next to you, cross-legged, just playing with the game and humming a song. She thinks it's a game.
Cool. I'm not going to make you make any rolls. Like, these are handcuffed people.
They're dead.
Yep, I'll
yeah,
go down the
yeah.
line.
Yeah.
I'd like to start with the parents first, so the kids can see it coming.
Fine.
Yeah.
Proper fucking moody on his birthday, isn't he? Gee.
Fucking hell.
You know.
Then I'd like to thank Marla for her hospitality and the entertainment she's provided.
Oh, please, you've given me so much more entertainment than I could have possibly asked for this evening. And then you hear from behind one of the goblins going,
You ain't gonna get your wreck dinner now, are you? He's killed them all.
and they kind of snickering to themselves. And so you guys head off. You head back out. There may be a little bit, I guess, of discussion you may want to have on your way back out. You're back on the road.
Well, at least Identify it and I'm just going, what crystal are these?
Squashy's very happy. He feels that he'll get the fame he was looking for with a cap this fine.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys go back on the road. You can take the time. So by all means, you guys can rest up because it's quite late in the evening now. So you can find a place to camp and rest up for the night. I am telling you now, unless you have a reason, and it needs to be a good reason, why you would sleep in your armor, you will all be de-armoring for your rest.
Do I wear armor?
I don't think I have armor.
Can I do something, lad? Can I throw a little bit of rope up in the air?
Yeah.
Not the rope and disappear.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
There you go.
Is that for
Some
some private,
bottom lip wobbles.
some private time?
I will leather armor.
Rahara's got a left paw.
And
like Susan
an hour later, I come back down. I'm just trying to get as many spells in my out of character. I'm trying to get as many spells written in my fucking book as possible.
I will
So-
use as an action before a long rest. I will resummon the Drake so that it comes back with full health.
Cool.
Blight.
Fine. That's fine.
Armor
Yeah,
on.
I'll de-armor. Are we long
Yeah.
rested? Was that?
Yeah, well, yeah, sorry. So you de-armor for a long rest. For a short rest, obviously, it's just you guys taking a bit of time out. Who's doing watch? And what rotation are you doing?
I'm happy to
And-
go first.
As I'm also guessing nobody's got a Lemon's tiny hut to protect you all.
But I have a something, but it's not that type of thing. It's my own private space. I'm afraid.
He's got a rope he can
Good.
disappear up and leave everyone else.
Would Rahara prefer to go towards the end because again you get the elf ability, meaning you only need 4 hours to long rest.
But I'm half elf.
You still only need 4 hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right then. I'll do it at the end. The only person I'm really keeping an eye on is Lodge.
Is Susan, yeah.
Really, that's the only. When the minute she's asleep, I'm watching her. While she's awake,
Yeah.
she needs no looking after. Like she's a fucking wardrobe. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
If
But
you
when she goes to sleep,
The only danger is that she wanders off.
yeah.
if you guys want to sleep first, Squashy will stay up because he's still practicing getting some looks in. So he's just getting his
Okay,
little
well,
run
should
over.
we-
I'll take
Lord
second.
Susan is out for the
Yeah,
count. She's
should we tag team it?
Hmm.
So 2 people take watch.
Okay.
Because then Large
Okay,
Susan and Rahara can watch together because they're not, that clearly they're going to. And then it's whether Susie or Squashy wants company.
Squashy would rather.
You've got your dragon.
I do
Yeah.
have my dragon.
Yeah. I'll go with Squashy then on the first.
There we
couple
go.
Hours.
And then I'll watch my dragon if Bushy allows
So we'll
that.
do 2 hours,
fine.
then 2 hours, and then 4 hours. But large Susan will help out for a bit. I'm guessing.
Yeah, so like he'll wake. So basically, if large Susan wakes up for the last 2 hours with Rahara, who's already awake, Rahara can set up like the play area ready, and then like slowly wake large Susan up from their gentle slumber.
Being very careful not that she doesn't roll over and crush him. Okay, great.
Cool. So, what I need from the first pair then is a perception check.
Who's the first pair?
I'd be me
Squashy
and
and Susie,
There
I
we go.
believe.
Perception.
Air in the middle, and
Here you are.
I rolled another one.
Fucking hell, I rolled one
twice.
as well.
Fucking hell.
I am somewhat preoccupied.
2-1.
You know how we rolled all them crits last week?
Yeah.
Bitch bites back.
All right.
I do have a +2. I did get 3. Just want to throw out there, but I did also roll a 1.
I got 5 in total, but still rolled a 1.
Nice.
I want a D10. Okay, so you guys are quite kind of absorbed in a conversation, I guess, between yourselves. Maybe something to do with, the fact that Squashy wanted to save some people and Susie just slaughtered them quite openly. I'm sure there's plenty to be discussed around that. You're getting quite animated, and it's not until really that this horse and a rider is kind of upon you. When he kind of slows him down at the last minute to get to you, and he's like, are you adventurers? He's quite heavily panting.
Yes.
Obviously, the horse is panting quite a lot as well. There's, quite a, say, distress from the horse. It's been quite weary.
Yes, but first answer us this. Would you like fame or fortune?
Well, I'm sure if you're prepared to help, then you could have both. Nightstone has been attacked.
Very well. And
Please.
how far is it?
It's a day. I've just been riding.
Okay. Is he injured at all? Or is he just out?
No, he looks pretty distressed. He's obviously been kind of flagging this horse who looks pretty fucked. It's kind of foaming, and he's
I was hoping to get a bit of sleep. Is the thing, Susie? This is the thing. I was hoping.
We can find a wagon. You can sleep in the back.
Okay. So, do we need to wake the guys up? I feel this is okay.
Sorry, young man. What's your name?
Will.
Will, if you'd like our help, you see the Goliath snoring. If you could just go and wake her up, and then it'll all be good, and we'll come and help. We'll head to Nightstone.
And they kind of look around, and are they going to? Yeah. Okay. He kind of leans down out of his saddle towards you, whilst kind of reaching back to the opposite side where you can't see, and then he kind of pulls his hand forward quicker than normal, but he lets out a small coin pouch, and it kind of drops and just clinks, not too heavily, but clinks at your feet. And he's like, "I'm on my way to Waterdeep to get aid. Please get to Nightstone as quick as you can." And then kind of neighs and rides off on this horse that's probably going to die, 200 yards up the road.
I say, Susie, respect. That would have been hilarious if he'd have.
Pick up the coin pouch. I'll halve the amount. Give half to Squashy.
Squashy approves.
There's 15 gold pieces in the coin pouch.
You can keep 8, mate.
Woohoo! And then I'll go and wake Ira first.
Era.
Hey.
Well, so it's your guys' choice now, right? Because it's still a day's ride away, so you can either get a long rest and get there,
You could
or
just go back to sleep with the money.
Yeah, sod it. Let's have a long
I'm
rest.
not saying you. I mean, by all means, leave now, where none of you are able to actually long rest, and I get to just hammer you again. But
Yeah, good point.
I definitely need a long rest. Like real talk. I need a long rest. I will be dead very soon if I don't have a long rest.
Okay, so as the guys cantering off there, we'll go, yes, we'll get straight onto it. We will go there post haste.
Okay.
And then turn around and continue our chat. So I'm telling you, could have saved them people. And I could have got this hat. I could have had the best of both worlds. You let me down there, Susie. But that was also very funny with Large Susan. So
All right, wicked.
And then we'll
Nothing
get back
else
to
really
watch.
happens over your watch period, and everything kind of quietens down. I'm assuming you guys are obviously kind of just at the side of the road from the woods, so you've kind of got out of the woods and cool. Era.
Yeah.
Perception check, please.
Okay. Does my Drake also get to make one?
Sure, why not?
Okay, because he's got a passive perception of 12. He's got dark vision as well of 60 feet, my Drake.
Very good.
He's got a plus. Oh, that's a saving throw. What's his What is perception plus 2, isn't it? Like wisdom.
Sorry.
Yeah. Cool. My Drake's got. I just needed to figure out what perception skill was, because it's got a. So I get a 16, and my Drake gets a 16.
Oh, very good.
There we go. Me and my Drake.
Yeah, your evening kind of passes without too much going on. The Drake kind of catches sight of some wildlife, and I think he wants to go off and hunt. But other than that, you kind of don't see anybody else really come through the road.
Okay.
And then Rahara and Large Susan.
I just turned to Shari and say, Era. Just as we're doing the swap over, anything happened?
No, with me, I don't know if anything happened with them too, but they were fast asleep by the time. But they were bickering in their sleep. I don't know. I do know that if you keep going that way 5 feet, you might see some dead squirrels. I would maybe not let Large Susan go that way.
Okay. No.
Yeah, just a heads up. My vault got a little bit snacky. And then go straight back to sleep. That's normal.
I lean over, I touch Lord Susan by the cheek, and I say rest. And I do the first 2 hours of the 4 I'm going to do by myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
She needs
Cool.
8. So I rolled a 10 or 12.
So that's 12. Okay, yeah. So again, not too much kind of kicks off around you. It's starting to get a bit lighter now, and you can see further down the road as well, and everything kind of goes without pass. And yeah, I think you guys are into the wee hours now.
Do you want to roll the last one, Susan?
Hmm?
Do you want to roll the last one?
Mm-hmm.
I thought rather than roll an advantage, we can just split it over 2 and do like the 4 hours. I'll do
Mhm.
We got 5.
Yep.
Okay.
5, yeah.
So, so kind of goes through, and as you're getting towards, like I say, it's getting lighter, and you can see further away. Yet, you guys are obviously maybe having a conversation. Rara, you might be telling a story. Something keeps you a bit more involved again, and there's a wagon that you see a lot closer than you probably should have noticed it before now. And there's an old lady kind of driving the wagon up. She doesn't look to stop you as she approaches, and she doesn't look to be slowing down. There is some crates on the back, and you can hear a lot of animal noises going off, but otherwise, you hope that like it's too far away for you to really see at the moment. Are you trying to stop her, or are you just letting her carry on?
So we don't have any reason to stop her, do we?
No. I'd rather keep my head low, unless she's trying to get our attention. Or
So
bunny rabbits in the back of this thing, and Susan's like, "Oh, bunny rabbit."
That's the only thing. That's the only thing is that I'd be drawn to the animals if there's cute animals.
So as this kind of pulls up to where you guys are, what you will see in the back is
So it comes quite close to us, NDM.
yeah, because like you guys are camping basically at the side of a road. So as it comes along this kind of road path, you'll see quite, so in there you see a young owl bear, a young giant toad, and these are in separate cages, a young goat. But they're, bleating and mewling and whining as they go past, probably waking the rest of you up as it's getting towards the end.
Can we claim a long rest now?
Yes.
Yes.
Have a look.
As
the
the party's waking, I'm kind of like and signaling to the road to say that that's where the noise is coming from, and they can do what they want to do accordingly then, or not, as the case may be.
Is there any squirrels left for the rest of us?
Oh yeah, there is. I mean, there's probably not loads left because I imagine the drake's probably a snappy eater, but
he's a glowing boy.
Yeah, so there'll be bits and pieces there.
I'm gonna go and tuck into some breakfast, nice and raw. If anyone wants any, I can serve it to them the way nature intended, nice and raw.
I'm
like
going
to
to start buckling on my armor.
I didn't.
Naked, as nature intended. The Rangers.
Naked and hairy, as nature intended.
Yeah, I'm gonna just wake up, armor on.
Is the woman on the cart as she's going away? Is it a human? That was one thing.
Yeah, so she looks pretty old, but yeah, she's a human. Bit bony, hunched over, kind of gives you the stink eye as she goes past a bit.
She does see us.
I ignore her. I am absolutely mesmerized by the baby goat and the owl bear.
So.
Anything happen on anyone's shift?
Nothing.
Nothing of interest. Nothing important.
I've heard a rumor something's happening at Nightstone. We can get both fame and fortune if we head to Nightstone.
Oh,
sounds like more money.
What? Where did you hear this rumor? You've been here with us this whole time. Where did you hear this?
Listen, it was a long night. I did just one of those things. I know, instinctive. I tasted the air. Shoot out the tongue.
Lord Susan tries to taste the air.
Some guy on a horse came past and told us. They said, get to Nightstone really quick. But you all looked so peaceful sleeping, and we were tired, so we thought we'd go in the morning.
I also heard that rumor. I can confirm that rumor. I heard it as well. Now it's mentioned. Now it's brought up.
Is this the town that they said that if we didn't save the people, the town would be destroyed?
No idea, but apparently it's really urgent that we should get to Nightstone. Fame and fortune, they said.
Should we ask the old hag where she's going?
We could just take her wagon.
We could
Just
take
take
the wagon.
No, let's go with that. No, let's not take our wagon. But let's
Or we
sit
could
with the
just head
animals.
off down the road.
You want the animals?
I want the animals.
Is she going towards Nightstone?
She's not. She's walking. She's going the same way that the horse was when it approached. So they're going away from Nightstone.
Isn't there a wagon?
Lord Susan runs towards her. Lord Susan runs towards her. Gets to her and says, "Can you take me to Nightstone with your animals?"
Nightstone, well, I'm afraid I'm going to Waterdeep. These pets here, well, they're going to be used as entertainment.
What's the goat called?
Clive.
Can I have him?
Oh, well, do you have any money?
Yeah, I'll give her all my money.
Whoa. I go up to I followed him up now and I've gone, how much for a goat? How much?
How much do you have?
5 gold. And that's a pretty penny to give for a goat. But a friend, you.
I don't know if you know this about Clive here, but he's the deadliest of all of the animals, you see. The owl bear, you may think, will claw and get at you and ruin you, but no. It's the bleating from a goat you have to watch out for. Gets inside your head. Anyway, there's going to be an animal fight pit, and I'm taking them there. It makes quite a lot of money. If you feel free, you can come along at some point. But for now, you want Clive. It's 12 gold.
I look at Lord Susan. I know how little money we've got, and I'm like, I promise you, one day we will have enough money to buy as many goats as you want.
On that one.
Era's going to walk forward here, and they said 5, and just look and go, if you put 5 in, I'll pay the rest. If it keeps Lord Susan happy, you pay the 5, I'll pay the rest.
For the first time, I've noticed Era. And whilst I am completely suspicious of the other 2 fuckers, for a moment, there is a glimpse of honesty in her eye that I haven't seen in anybody for such a long time. That I say, okay.
So you pay 5 and I'll pay 7? Yeah.
And then I turn to Lord Susan and I go, but this is you a goat. You have to look after it. And if the snake try to eat it,
I'll kill him.
Fair. Right.
Then I get this black goat, Philip, and I put him on my shoulder. And I look at Era. No, his name's Philip.
His name's Philip. Yeah.
Black Philip, the goat. Yeah. I put him on my shoulder, and I look at Era and Bolt and go, "Look, we're the same now."
We are the same.
Yeah, you are the same.
Era will take some rope out that she's got and start with her dagger, cut it down to size, and make a very loose knot basically with this. It's like a lead, so that he can literally put the lead over this goat, and then have the other ones that he is basically make another loop so that he can
The
put his
child with
hand
a
in.
balloon.
Yes.
Okay.
100%. You can take you can put your hand in and out, but it's just easier for large Susan to grip.
Amazing.
I love it.
There we go.
Just as an interesting point, how would large Susan hold this? Because if she has to go and grab something at a moment's notice, is she going to just,
Well, no, it's the cord. I think is longer than large Susan's arm, so she can still move about. And
Yeah.
the goat is on her shoulder.
Oh,
Okay,
there we
the
go.
goat's on
But
her
it's
She
shoulder,
also,
wants,
all
to, she wants to go. She wants the goat on her shoulder.
all right,
Yeah,
fine.
and over time, the
Shortest
goat is going to start
party member
cosplaying.
Well, it's a pleasure doing business with you all, and I'm sure, as I said,
And she looks back to Era and Rahara, and she's like,
watch out for the bleating. Gets in your head.
and she kind of rattles the chains, and off she goes. Wonderful. So you now have a goat, and you guys head off back. You're going down towards Nightstone.
yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Who's kind of your lead person if you're walking ahead? You're on the road, so it's not like you're having to traverse anywhere. It's just.
Is
there
it
anyone-
survival or is it?
No, not at all. It may just be a random table so I may need somebody to make a D6 roll.
Knowing that we've got two rangers with us, I
used to
say
be
There's a
Ranger
ranger up front.
front.
Ranger at each end. No.
One of you make a D6 roll, please.
Yeah, go on. That one. I couldn't. One.
One.
In one.
Amazing.
Did
And
you win a caravan?
We find a goat.
live in the Midlands. Perfect.
It's almost as good as what Sherry's just said, and honestly, I can show you my encounter table.
Sorry,
and it
Sherry,
is
I missed
number
what you
one.
said.
We find a goat.
There, as you
double
head
goats.
down,
Double goat.
there's two men stood at the side. One of them holding sort of it looks to be some sort of like harness. And they're like, how did you fucking lose her? It was a simple job. This was the only one that we had, and now we've got nothing. I'm so angry. And they're shaking this as you kind of go past, and they look up and they're like, where did you get that goat?
She nicked it.
This is Philip. He's my best friend.
That goat looks female to me.
Philip. Everyone thinks I look male.
How long have you had the goat?
My whole life, as far as I can remember. I haven't got a very long memory.
Make a deception check.
Can you roll a 0?
It's the truth. It's as long as I can remember. I can't remember yesterday. 17.
Oh, he bossed the deception check.
Well, the thing is, I think she's just like she's being genuine to herself.
She's the epitome of basically she believes it so much it's real. It doesn't matter if it is real.
Yeah,
she
she
believes
lives in a
it is, so it is.
She lives in
In
a
the
fantasy world.
In the business, we call that Donald Trump in it. You
Yep.
believe it so much. It's reality.
Working yourself into a shoot, brother.
17. All right. And they're like, well, look, I'm telling you now, if you see another goat, I could have swear that's the goat.
Philip,
It
do you
belongs
recognise
in
these
this
people?
harness, and it's going to win us a lot of money. So
Why,
if you find it,
how is your goat going to win money?
how's a goat going to win money? He says, look at the harness. We race them.
Well, should we take your harness? Because like if we find your goat, we're not gonna be able to catch it, but if we can put it in the harness, we can bring it back to you.
Hey, this is the leather that me other goat died for this leather. He was lame. What much of a runner after that? I can't. I sell you it. Do you want it?
How much?
I need to make some money.
Lord Susan gets all of her money out again. Someone needs to
Stop.
stop her.
Yeah.
How much?
Lord Susan also then realizes that she still has all her money, even though she has a new goat.
I know.
5 gold.
3 gold.
I'll give you 6 silver.
The lady said 3 gold. 3 gold is yours.
I'll give you
3 gold.
120 copper.
3 gold. Okay. Large Susan, can you count out 3 of the gold coins for me out of your purse?
My hands are too big. I give the whole thing to Rahara.
Okay, and then
I will
There we
throw in 1 gold coin.
All right. I look instantaneous at the snake man. I say, nah, it's okay.
He's sucking you off.
Right, and then out of
Right.
Large Susan's money, 3 gold, take the harness.
And as they walk off, you overhear him going, I'm not telling Big John we've lost the fucking goat or the harness. I'm going to get a meat pie when I get there, though. Bloody tasty they are.
And then
Yeah,
with
kinda.
Large Susan's permission, I'm going to take the...
Lord Susan's trying to put the harness on herself with the goat on her back.
It's for Philip. Harness is for Philip. That's why Large Susan bought Philip a gift.
Did they call him Big John?
Big
Yeah.
John, yeah.
So Large Susan bought Philip a gift.
Okay.
Okay. And we put the harness on the goat.
What
Take
is
the harness off. What?
What's the bugbear like? Why are we doing all this goat stuff? What's the bug? Is the bugbear like, oh, dinner?
He's
Like-
fucking drooling, mate.
If you eat this fucking goat, you're fucking dead, mate. Out of character, there will irresistible force will meet every object. I guarantee it.
Why did the 3-year campaign end? Because one of the other party members said goat.
Because
Large Susan's got to sleep sometime.
Susie, large Susan may well roll over in her sleep. It's not my fault if she happens to flatten the goat.
But the goat will keep watch for Lord Susan.
I think large Susan misunderstands entirely what a goat does, but that's fine.
She does. No, she thinks it's a dragon. Yeah.
Fly.
Yep.
Could DM? Could I be on the lookout as we're traveling the road? I'm looking for snakes. I just want a snake.
That makes sense.
Are we
Happy to
literally
make
just a
this
traveling
involved.
zoo? Are we just going to be a party full of fucking traveling animals?
Well,
Yeah.
I've got.
This is our fame. This is our fame, guys. We become a traveling circus.
I love it. I love it.
I've got
Yeah, man.
one innate ability that I'm going to try and shoehorn in everywhere.
Make, I don't know, give me a nature roll.
Cool.
Who? All of us? Oh no,
No,
you're
just
Snake.
Susie.
Snake Man Susie.
It's a 12. At least it wasn't a 1.
It's
So yeah,
improving.
I mean,
It didn't fall down
so
well.
it's kind of just your average grass snake. So it's not too big. It's kind of like, you know.
Oh, that's all right. I just need
Yeah.
a snake. Because I've got an ability to cast Animal Friendship for 24 hours on any snake I find,
Right.
which is a free ability.
Amazing.
So I'd like to wear it as a necklace.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
So 3 out of 5 of our party have like little animal bros now.
Like a Philip Pullman novel.
Aaron is
Alright.
a trendsetter.
It's nice.
So okay, so you guys carry on your way through. I'm just conscious of time, so I'm going to save making you do another roll and doing some more random stuff that I've got written down, and say that you guys get to Nightstone.
Okay.
what you see is, so first of all, Nightstone itself is kind of a Mott and Bailey settlement, so it's not anything puppy on stream. It's not anything big. It's not really a city. It's got kind of the start, kind of a rough wooden palisade around it, and then a kind of a keeper, a castle at one end up on the Mott and Bailey, and the rest of it's kind of walled off. There's bits of the wall that's been broken down, and as you're approaching, as you're looking in, you can see these kind of massive boulders that have been thrown through houses. Kind of the town's in disarray. There's smoke coming from different places where some of the buildings has been set on fire. And there's a few different bits, and kind of there's some settlers or some commoners that are kind of about, but not that many, and they all look pretty battered and bruised. When you approach, in fact, the one thing that I haven't got written down, so we'll make it up, is an inn name. Because unless I've got it right at the start, maybe I've got it here. Ba-ba-ba. Oh, that's why. It's because it's just called Nightstone Inn here. Wonderful. I was expecting something better. Okay, so when you get there, there's the Nightstone Inn, which has got some damage to it, and there's kind of quite a sturdy-looking dwarf, although quite grey in the temples. Now beard, kind of slightly shorter than normal for dwarves, and kind of just two braids down either side, and just kind of rubbing his hands across his apron and kind of looking at stuff outside, and sees you approach, and he's like, adventurers, at least not more of the damn Zentarim or goblin folk that have come to take us down, huh?
That is true. Only this morning we bumped into someone called Will who said we should come here as quick as possible. I mean, he looked like he'd been dawdling along the road. You know, we came as quick as we could.
I've realised this might be quite serious, so I get dressed and put my armour back on. And so everyone in the party knows I'm in business. The cap gets turned backwards.
What you slag?
Yeah.
Amazing. And yes, it should be the please save us from the mad goat.
The goat isn't mad, that's the thing. The goat's just goating about.
This just reminds me of the film, like The Witch or whatever, like that
Exactly.
horror film.
It's called Black Phillip, and it's
That's why my goat's called Black Phillip. I've got Black Phillip tattoo. I love Black Phillip.
Whoa, Black Phillip, bam, bam.
All right. So he says, well, he is traveling to Waterdeep for us to get some guards and maybe help us out further. I'm afraid you've come at the aftermath of several incidents, and there is...
if only he'd been quicker. Oh, we could have got here sooner.
I do have a quest I could ask of you, though. Well, we have lost a few people here. Some lost from the attack from the giants, and some lost from when the goblins decided they wanted to take fun at our injuries. I would like you to send word out to one of them and see if you can just let the families know of the unfortunate passing. But as it's getting late, once more, please come stay at the inn. Rooms are free and you can make haste in the morning.
Giants attacked you?
Higgins.
Indeed, there was hill giants throwing stones, and they've never bothered us before. There's no understanding why. And there was stone from clouds, and it's been a troubling time.
Can I make like an intelligence check? It's one of my thing with favorite enemy with giants, just to recall like what their patterns would be around this area. Because they say they haven't bothered them before, but it's like, are they normal around here? Is it just
Yes, sure.
because there's intelligence checks to recall information? So I'm assuming it's just straight intelligence.
Yeah, fine. That works for me.
Yeah, and I get advantage because ranger. Favorite enemy. Which is good because I've got nothing in my fucking intelligence. 9.
We have no intelligence.
Okay.
We have no intelligence.
Okay. So whilst you don't know so much of what should be around the area, kind of giants don't tend to bother settled areas. There's usually something that riles them up. And there's certainly, I mean, that's kind of looking at hill giants and stuff from the higher echelons of giant, the hierarchies. If you mentioned coming from clouds and being cloud giants, they are kind of the, you very rarely see them.
I say to the landlord, I've still not I've kept my hood right the way down. The arms thing, so nobody can see. I say to him, do you know why? What has upset the giants? What do you think you know?
Lad, I didn't even know giants were here until they started throwing them rocks at us.
And I'm assuming the goblins are just picking off the leftovers of the carnage.
Smelt the bird, probably. Fuckers.
I hate goblins.
He kind of invites you in, and you can rest for the evening. So he gives you kind of 3 options basically on which you want to do this kind of 3 areas. So there was a family called the Zelbrins, and they were killed in their home, but as it was a kind of an elderly couple, they know that they had a son, Miros, who kind of lives and worked out in the golden fields now. So you can either head over there and see and let them know. There is probably the one that he's most personal about is Darthag Ulgor. So he was a friend of Morak's, ran the trading post in Nightstone. So they would be asking you to send the news of Darthag's passing off to his ex-wife, who runs a trading post out in Tribor.
Tribal.
Yep. And then there's Samil Southwell, who was also killed. And although she never really mentioned any family in particular, and she definitely didn't have any in Nightstone, she did mention her brother Markham, who is out in Bryn Shander.
And who will contact the relatives of the family murdered by some snake prick for a petrified frog?
The snake prick. Because it spreads more misery. I think you'll find that family no longer exists. Wiped out. Problem solved.
There's no one to tell. So all he asks is that you let him know kind of for when you get ready to leave, so that he can direct other people to go and spread news elsewhere. he doesn't have anything to give you as thanks for going to do it, but and he kind of says, he intimates that the person that you let know will probably give you something to, as a kind of thank you for bringing the news to them.
So the more that we tell, the more we get.
Yeah, but they're in quite different parts of the land.
Who's got sending?
Bryn Shander's like in Icewind Dale,
Sahara.
so it's right up in the north. So yeah, so you've got to kind of pick.
Yeah,
have we got a map of the world? Or do we know directions?
I feel like we would know. We're local, right?
I know.
Yeah. So
we should ingratiate ourselves with this guy and make it look like we're the good guys. So maybe the Darthag one. It's his body. And ran the trading post. I mean, and we've got to go to another trading post. There's a lot of money there.
3 more.
Yeah. Should we just open a pub?
Who needs sunglasses? That's what I'm asking.
Should we make a deal?
So Tribor's pretty far north, northeast, I guess, from where you are now.
Yeah.
Along the Tribor trail.
Bryn Shandar's even further northwest because you're going up into proper Icewind Dale and 10 towns and stuff up there.
Yeah. That's icy. No.
And Golden Field.
Are any of them primarily swamp?
Are any of them primarily mountains?
Golden Field's probably the closest to you. Again, it's north, but it's not as far as the rest.
The Rangers want to know where are they most at home.
But the Golden Field, that's just like a son and his elderly parents. It doesn't even say he's got a good job. I think the rewards will be minimal.
True, but if we just go along, we're better off picking up something small as we get to the bigger things. If it's on the way,
we can manage to do 2, can we?
Is it on the way? Can we make a path?
Yeah, it's possible. So you're looking at probably 5 days to get to Golden Fields, 12 to 14 days to get to Tribor, and then probably 20 odd days to get up to Bryn Shander up in the north.
You might as well just head to Golden Field if it's on the way. Because if it's a farm, do you think they would have meat? Okay. Dog has had enough.
Remy's barking downstairs as well. I don't know quite what is.
She can hear Remy and she's gone off.
Yeah, do you think they have mead?
Right, from my point of view, I would rather go to Tribor because I think he's right. I think the trading post is good. There might be money, there might be opportunities there.
Well, how far is it from the Golden Field to Tribor? Because it's 14 days from here to Tribor, right?
But I think what Adam's saying is they're all north, but one's up, one's west.
But if it takes 5 days to get to Golden Sun, but then from Golden Sun it only takes 6 days to get somewhere.
It depends if you're just going to go to Golden Fields and then go, oh yeah, by the way, your mate's dead. See ya. So you're going to add, although you would, but it would be en route. You'd still take more time because you're there telling someone,
and there's competition for these jobs.
Potentially after effect. And yeah, he's getting other people to come and do other things.
If only Bolt could fly, we could strap some kind of note like a carrier pigeon. And
well, if we're able to, level up then yeah, you can do that. But we need to get a bit more experience. So doing side quests isn't a bad thing.
What do I know about
Quest time.
Can I this tribal place? What do I? Can I? Is this some kind of something I can roll to see what I know about it? Maybe.
Yes, I guess probably just an intelligence check, or could maybe history, but
Well, I got advantage and a +5 on history. That's my thing.
That's your thing.
So shall I do that, Ad, or shall I do it?
yeah, it's fine. That's fine.
So that's fucking nodes. 24.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so you know that the town of Tribor stands where the long road meets the Evermore Way. It's a well-used caravan road. So it kind of runs east to the city of Yarta, and Tribor is the chief rival to the city of Yarta. There's run by a Lord Protector. The current Lord Protector is Darathra Shendrel, known for making excellent wine. What else can I say for you? So when they, so that the local laws are defined as the Lord's decree, which are then enforced by the 12, and these are a dozen mounted veterans drawn from the militia. So it's known for being quite a good horse market. Yeah. Is there anything in particular you wanting to know?
Are we gonna? Is it the type of place that a bugbear, an half elf, a bloody wardrobe, a snake person, and a dragon person can walk around and they kind of like, or is it like
blending
central humans? And if we walk in there, it's just gonna be trouble.
Yeah, no. So it's not it's not a civilized city. So it's not your big cities, your Waterdeeps, Neverwinters, etc. So it definitely has a load of people coming in and out because it gets traders, it gets caravan people. They do a number of kind of guides, and they operate out taking merchants and other travelers to kind of north of Tribal up into Icewind Dale and further up into the kind of the really icy, treacherous places. So so there's quite a mix that you could get across there. Yeah. So
what's everybody thinking?
Tribal.
I'm thinking Tribal because it's a higher stakes mission and there'll be bigger rewards.
As soon as out the character, Gary said yes, more of a trading post. It does make sense. There's probably likely to be more money there than in the farm.
What Sherry said was spot on though. If it was a question of doing it and then going on, absolutely. But if it's going to take longer to get there, we might as well just go straight there, I think. But obviously, group decision. What does Black Phillip think?
Lord Susan's just wondering how long until Black Phillip can fly.
Swinging.
Yeah.
Could I would like to ask Lord Susan if I may approach Black Phillip.
You might.
I would like to hold out a hand to him and touch him and cast light on him. But having read the spell, for an hour, he now gives off white light, but it's in blocks, so it looks like he's an 8-bit goat because it can be in blocks covering the body.
Lord Susan's confused by this because although he still feels cuddly, he doesn't look cuddly anymore.
Yes, he's now an 8-bit goat.
Perfect.
Okay.
A spectrum coat.
So we're saying you guys are going to head for Tribor, yes?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. So your night passes relatively comfortably, considering your previous night. Your cleric has not gone and murdered any other families. He's been pretty well behaved. You guys.
But what I do keep doing is taking off my boot while at the bar and going, "There's a snake in my boot." It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Love it.
So after that, there is you guys leave for the morning. You go to head out, and you see out ahead of you an enormous tower floating on a billowy cloud 1,000 feet overhead. The tower easily looks to be hundreds of feet tall, and its spire looks strangely like a pointy wizard's hat. As the tower drifts closer, stairs made of clouds begins to form underneath it and descend towards you.
Fuck.
And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Woohoo!
That was wicked.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Well
Lots
done,
of
Liam.
role
That was really
playing.
good.
There will be some combat next time. But you are now going to get into the proper Storm King's Thunder parts. So you will be having more to figure out. So yeah, thank you very much all for playing. Thank you very, very much to our wonderful sponsors, Shade Glass Games, Us Boys Pizza,
Yeah.
and Monkey's Emporium.
Yeah.
And it's true, you got a goat. So thank you very much, guys. You are going to be heading into Storm King's Thunder proper. We will come back next week. Back to our normal time.
That's just gone off, mate.
Yeah.
It said you got to go, and now chat.
Where is it?
has gone.
But it's on
Just
YouTube as well,
Spamalot.
right?
It's
So
on
I don't-
YouTube, yeah.
That is a direct insult for Felix, and that was the last season.
There we go.
Call back. Oh my god.
Ah, brilliant.
All blocked, all good. Been taken care of. So yeah.
Pete, can I ask a question about Large Susan, the character? Are you familiar at all with the cartoon Ren and Stimpy?
Massively.
Are you familiar with the character Kowalski?
Massively.
Is this character based loosely on the character Kowalski from Ren and Stimpy?
It's influenced from lots of different places.
Excellent.
Nanny from Dracula, innit? It's gotta be. There's a bit of Nanny from Dracula.
There's Nanny. It's Nanny from Dracula. It's Panda from Panda from Shirokoma Cafe. Just all sorts of
Mice
shit.
and Men. It's gotta be the Mice and Men Nanny in there as well.
Yeah. He's in there. There's loads of it in there.
And,
Yes.
have you seen The Northman yet? If you haven't, watch it.
Oh yeah, super film. A bit pro raping parts, but yeah, it's a good film. Yeah, really, really good film. Sorry, the cinema it came out. Yeah, really good film. Loved it. Saw that. Yeah.
On that slightly unusual note,
Sorry.
yeah, we'll end the broadcast so you can have an awkward wave after some of these. Awkward wave. Bye bye.
Goodbye.